Last week we tested the garage fire alarm system. We did the full 2025 annual test where we go around and set off every device and test every aspect of the system. Now today it's time to do the big system, the house system. Just like the garage, the house system gets a little bit bigger and more complicated each year, meaning it's always getting slightly more fun to do the annual test. So in the house here, we're going to start off with how we usually would with a monthly test by first activating the system and just doing a quick walk around, making sure all of our audio visual devices are working properly, and relays to shut the furnace down, shut the door, all that sort of stuff. So there is nothing really special or different for this part of it. So let's just start with this pull station right here. That's good. That's good. That's good. The fire door did shut. My bedroom here. That's good. That all looks good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. We'll check the last two on the first floor. This guy here is good. This guy's good. You can see the furnace has been shut down. That description is good. It's showing up in zone 1, level 1, so that's correct. Alright, so that's all good. As far as testing that this system put the garage into supervisory, we don't need to test that as we tested that part during the garage system test, but we will have to test if the garage does put this one into supervisory later. This system can now be reset. So now is what we're going to do. Because there's only one of me to do the system test, I'm going to put the system into walk test so that I can go around and test each device, and the system will be resetting as far as conventional devices and be logging the devices I've set off. So we're going to go into programming, Level 1 password I think will do it. And we're going to go to walk test. That's number 6. And we can press enter to start walk test. So we are now in walk test, and we now have a bunch of devices to test. You can see all of our detectors we have to test. We have 13 detectors, and we have 7 modules, which actually means slightly more devices because we do have some conventional devices which are monitored off of one single monitor module, and then we also later on will have our isolators to check and fault detection, but that's later on in the video. First we can start going around and checking our devices, but there is something I want to point out that's pretty cool first. That's that Notifier does something different in walk test on these Onyx series. If you look closely, watch the LED when this device pulls. There you go, just flashed red. Those that are familiar would know that that's different, as Notifier systems running flash scan usually pull green. You can see this guy is flashing red as well, but there's also something more to it. Let's count the flashes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that tells me this device should be address 4. And let's verify that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 flashes again. Sure enough, device 4. Let's try a detector. 1, 2, 3, 4. That also did 4 flashes. So that was the laundry room detector. If we look at device number 4 on here, hallway/laundry room level 1 smoke detector. You'll also see once we actually activate the device, instead of going solid red, they go green. With that said, let's start our testing. Why not once again start with this one? And the system will silence itself, and this guy can now be reset, and as you can see it is now solid green opposed to regularly that would go solid red. I'm once again using this crappy smoke spray. This stuff sucks, but I'm trying to use it up since this bottle's broken and I hate it. So we're just going to be smoking these things like crazy. Oh, yeah, see, it's going out the wrong side of this thing. It's spraying onto my finger. It's so cold. Some of these detectors in the house may go off easier than the garage, as I do have the sensitivity set lower on these, or higher. Lower number, meaning more sensitive. Especially the bedrooms go off a lot easier. Let's test my bedroom here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one should be easiest yet, as this is a bedroom one, so I think they go off at level 5. Pre-alarm at level 3. So I don't know if pre-alarm goes off in walk test. I'm assuming it doesn't. Also, I don't think there's synchronization in walk test. Next up, we have the other end of the downstairs corridor, which is also this living room one here. 1, 2, 3. I guess I addressed 3. Oh yeah, it says right there too. Alright, now moving over here. This should just blink twice. 1, 2. I don't know what that one was. One of them must have gone off again. I didn't think they could go off again in walk test. Maybe that's just the firelight system. Alright, that's good. Next up, heading into our fire alarm panel room here. We've got a few devices. One of them is this guy here. We've got our pull station in here. Let's hit this guy. We do also have our duct detector. So it's a tight squeeze back in here, as you can see, but I'm going to try and do this. The furnace is currently running, so we are going to have airflow fighting us here. So the reason that's gone off is we've probably broken the contact to this guy, so it's lost this detector. I don't know why it does that, but it does. As far as why it sets it off when it breaks contact, I don't know. Maybe it's to let you know that it has tested the trouble recognition, that the detector's missing. I don't know. Maybe somebody does know why they do that. Because we'll actually have to fake the contact. We'll have to make contact so this comes back on, because how these are monitored for the cover to be on is when the cover is on, it allows connection to the detector with those connections right there. And if this is missing, it breaks that connection, therefore it loses contact with the detector. So when I'm able to get this to go off here, I'm going to have to make connection there, and at the same time spray. For a situation like this, it would be a lot better to have jumpers. This thing's gone off again. Disabling signals for now, that's getting annoying. Okay, so that's going to stay disabled for this one. So to make this guy work, I'm going to put a clip on there, and the other side will go to the other terminal. Right there. Now you can see the detector is now pulling, which in the time it took me to do this, the furnace is now turned back off. There we go. Alright, that guy's all back together now, so we can continue on. Almost forgot about this one in the basement. To be fair, it wasn't here last year. Why are you solid green? We never tested this one. I can re-enable our signals. I don't know how we managed to set that detector off. I'm a little suspicious of that. For now, I'm going to move on. Did I get so much smoke from this one that it went in here to set this off? I have no idea. I never set that one off, I don't think. I don't know if we got problems or if I managed to set it off from too much smoke. I'll have a look into that one later. I got our front door pull station here, so I'm going to go ahead and do this guy. We've got Ayla hanging out on the couch up here. Jackson would have hated this. He always didn't like this. Ayla doesn't care though. Doesn't bother her any. Ayla. Hi. This one up here is way tall up, and that one just blinked 9 times. This one's always a little tough. It takes a lot of smoke to set this one off, just because it's so high up there. Anyway, maybe if I stand up here I can get closest to it. What was that? Why are you looking at me? I didn't do it. What happened? All right, this guy is number 8 here. You can see it in the light there. All right, this guy's 10, I think. 1, 2, oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Okay, this guy should be 11. Wait, hang on. 1. Okay, yes. So when it gets to double digits, it kind of represents it the same way as the address dials. See, it's not a rapid 1, 2, it's 1, 2. So 1 and 1, 11. If it was 12, it'd go 1 and then 1, 2. I think we'll see that with this one here. 1, 1, wait, hang on. 1, 1, 2. Yeah, okay. So. Oh my god, it's freezing my finger. This thing's letting it go up the sides too, and it's so cold. Alright, now it's going to be this guy here. Just smoke the shit out of it, who cares? Alright, before we move on to the attic heat detectors, I want to get the addressable devices done, which we've still got some missing ones we didn't do, which would be the ones in this storage shed, which is kind of connected to the house, but not directly. Can't get into it from in the house, but it's under the house. So we've got a pull station in here. This is address 7, I believe. Yeah. Alright, let's get that guy. Next we've got this guy here, which is a heat detector. So this is going to be the one of our 2 addressable heats. I have no idea what just went off the second time. Either way, I'm going to set this guy off. So this is 13, 1, 1, 2, 3. That tells you that's 13. There we go. All right, so next up in the garage of the house here, need to plug the heat gun in, so we're gonna unplug our emergency light. Next, we have this module here, which you can see is monitoring the attic heat detectors, as we've got two of them, and they are high temperature conventional devices. So I will be heading up into the attic from the office here. So there you see detector 1. And there's detector 2. Actually the other way around, that's 1. I'm going to be setting them off a very undesirable way. Don't set them off this way. You have higher chances of burning your place down. Just a little bit of heat around the edges. Just enough to trip the rate of rise. There we go. So that's 1. Now we've got this one down here. I'm hoping this module will allow me to set it off twice. Don't want to pop it. Yeah, there we go. All right, so that is our attic detectors tested out, all good. There you go, green lights, all good, all tested. Next module to test is, nope, that's an isolator. This guy. That's the one that monitors our garage system. And by the way, I did get my notifications that the system went off, so that's all good. So we're gonna quickly set off this system. Which that now has this device triggered here. That should be every device on this system here. Will it let us go into history? Okay, building B, attic detector again, garage heat, shed heat, bedroom, okay, so that must have been the re-alarm there. Says we had a garage heat or shed heat, and then I guess we had the smoke in the office go off again, and we had the pull station, then we had the bedroom 3. Office is what I'm looking for here, is that one under the stairs, level 2, bedroom 1, bedroom 2, okay. Sorry, I'm messing up my words here, kind of half talking to myself. Hallway, stairwell, pull station main entrance, HVAC heat detector invalid, heat detector duct detector test, acknowledge, disable, all 3 NACs disabled, and NAC 1, HVAC duct, invalid reply, duct invalid reply, pull station furnace fire panel, smoke furnace fire panel, hallway, living room, bedroom 5, under stair, okay, so the under stair one did go off, hallway, living room, must have gone off twice, bedroom 4, hallway, laundry room, pull station back entrance, okay. One thing I haven't tested was this guy here, so I'm gonna do that now. So for that, I'll set this system off. And that all sounds good. Yep, that all looks good. As soon as we reset this system, that should go back. There you go. That stopped. Okay, so now we're gonna test for opens, ground faults, and shorts on the SLC. I'm gonna start with our end-of-line device on our level 1 SLC loop. This will be our open test first. There you go, there's our open. Now I'm gonna do our ground fault. Going to check we have open and ground fault. We have our system trouble open. And our ground fault just came in, so that's good. Okay, so ground fault gone, and put our device back. Okay, that's back normal, all cleared. Now we'll do ground fault and short with the SLC loop. I believe the end of the first floor is this guy in my bedroom. Yeah, only 2 wires, so we'll do ground fault first. There's our positive, and we'll put this on to the box. That'd be an invalid. What can I actually get to? Okay, there we go. That should be our ground fault. There we go. We've got ground fault loop 1 and the invalid reply on that device. So now we're going to short out the SLC loop to test the isolator. So to do that, we're just literally short positive to negative. Should see a little spark. Maybe not this time. But the idea is it will trip the isolator and level 2 will still be working. So there you go, we have tripped isolator. We have a whole bunch of invalid replies. So zone 1. Duct, smoke, attic still good. That garage should be fine. Level 2 shouldn't be having any issues though. Actually, you know what? That's my mistake. There's one device which is on the level 1 SLC, but zoned into level 2, which is our front door pull station. Is tied into the first floor SLC, but is zoned into level 2. Other than that though, all the second floor devices should be still working, which you can see with something like this. That's still good. And our level 2 detectors are still good. Alright, that can all go back. Now I'm going to test our level 2 NAC and SLC. We're going to start the NAC circuit. I'm going to give us the ground fault. There's our open NAC and ground fault. All right, so that's all good. Next is our second floor SLC. This should be the last device up here. Yep, 2 wire. Firstly, going to give us a ground fault. Ground fault loop 1 and the invalid reply. That's good. Going to get rid of the ground fault, but instead give us a short. So that, as you can see, took out all our level 2 devices. But our first floor ones should be still good. It's initializing, but it's got power and communication. Just to visibly check and show you guys, I'm going to look at the isolator. There you go. Level 2 isolator tripped. So this guy can go back. That would be initializing now. This guy will also come online. There we go. This shed under the deck does have its own NAC circuit as well as isolated SLC because it's its own separate building pretty much. So we need to test both of those in here. So starting with our NAC circuit. There's our open, I can hear it. After all, the fire alarm panel is just right there inside the house. And will give us a ground fault. So we have that horn circuit open. Where's my ground fault? There it is. There's ground fault. So I'll put this guy back to normal. The pull station's technically the last device on this, but it's a pain to get off compared to the detector, so we're going to use that. Firstly, we're going to give us a ground fault. Okay, that should be a ground fault there. Invalid reply and ground fault. Next, we'll short it and hopefully trip the isolator. Which we've certainly taken this guy out. First floor is initializing, but is still on. Probably initializing because sometimes the isolators aren't quick enough to react and everything will lose power. But as long as it comes back, that's all that really matters, which you can see that guy did. As you can see, this isolator up there is tripped. So that is all good. Everyone always likes to see lamp test, so there's lamp test on there. You can see everything's working. And lamp test on here. Won't do the piezo on this one because it's disabled, but all the lamps are working. And lastly, lamp test on our annunciator. There you see, everything working. Alright, so as far as it switching over to battery, all that I'm fine with because I watched it go for 4 hours the other day and we did a test not long ago. These batteries are still pretty new and this should go for like 52 hours I think we figured. And I can't remember, that was just the standby, I can't remember alarm, but it's all good and I just saw it go the other day in 2025 already, so that has that fine. Well, I feel like I'm forgetting something and I'm not sure, of course, what it is. So that is bothering me. I did the same thing with the other system where I couldn't figure out what I was forgetting, even though I felt like I was forgetting something. But anyways, I think that's going to be the system test done for the house system. So that's all tested, good for another year. So if you guys did enjoy this one, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you do have any comments or questions, feel free to leave those down in the comment section down below. And if you are interested and do enjoy my channel, make sure to subscribe. Also, if you want to see something extra, I do have an Instagram account for bonus content, stuff posted earlier than you'd see it on the YouTube channel, that sort of thing. So that's at Pickle700 if you're interested. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching.